What's up guys, it's Cass from Sew Mill & Co. In today's video we are going to be building a goat milking stand. I will start by saying I have no idea what I'm doing, but I promise that if it doesn't turn out well, you won't be seeing this. I don't know what I'm doing, but I've looked at a couple plans online. I have took the measuring tape out to the goats to see just how big I want it, and it's going to be like the bougiest goat milking stand because the only thing I have right now is walnut plywood, which I don't plan on using, and I have a ton of it, so enter the bougie goat stand. So let's get started. So first things first, we are cutting out our base. I, again, am using a piece of walnut plywood, but you can use a basic plywood or a weather resistant plywood would be even better. So now that we have our bougie walnut base cut, it is time to mix that with a little bit of recycled 2x4s from our old chicken coop. Now, when it comes to assembling, I highly suggest drilling pilot holes before you screw in your screws. This just helps those screws go in a little bit nicer. But today I am using Power Pro premium wood screws, and these actually drill in very well without pilot holes, but it is always better to be safe than sorry. And then next up is cutting the legs for the goat stand. So for me, I went with 12 inches in length, but this is a total personal preference. So if you guys want to make your goat stand a little bit higher, just make your legs a little bit longer. Now, once we have the platform drilled onto the base, it is time to move on to the front portion of the milk stand. So for me, we have pygmy and Nigerian dwarf goats, so I decided to make the front section about 27 inches in height. Now remember that these stands do not have to be pretty as long as they're serving their purpose. Now, we do not have dairy goats, we just have pygmy pet goats, and we probably won't be using this stand for a whole lot other than trimming hooves. So because of that, and along with the fact that these stands can be super expensive, I definitely wanted to DIY. And then, not to mention, by recycling our old chicken coop and using those 2x4s from that, all of my wood materials were essentially free. And then next up, I will be using a jigsaw to cut out the hole for the goat heads to fit into. I highly suggest taking a measuring tape out to your goats to see, number one, how tall they are, and number two, how wide their heads are to make sure that they're not able to back out of this and squeeze their head through the hole. Remember, one of these boards will be fixed with screws, and the other one I will just be using a drill bit and a bolt so that it can open and close. But now we can go ahead and assemble that inner support, and I also oiled the one board so it can open and close a little bit more freely. And now we have one last step before we can call this finished. I'm just using an eye hook to close this while in use, but you can also use a bungee cord or any other sort of hook. But then it's time to put it to work. What do you think? Did I do a good job? Are you ready to get your hooves trimmed? Huh? You like it? Did you do a good job? You mad? Alright guys, so that is a wrap for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this build. Do me a favor and give this video a big thumbs up, and make sure you are subscribed to my channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. I have a lot more DIY content coming, including stuff going on up at the farm. So again, be sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on more.